welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name's Ashley. If this isn't your first time here, it's basically like your first time here because I suck at uploading. So, welcome. I'm Ashley. It's a new year. I'm so excited for 2020. So excited. Today's video is really just sitting down, talking about goals and where I want to get to personally in 2020, what I envision 2020 to look like for myself. And I was like, what better way to do that than sit down and talk with you guys and play with makeup at the same time. So that's what we're doing today. We're sitting down, talking about our goals, 2020, and playing with makeup. What better way to start the new year? I have a particular makeup product that I'm playing with. And I have to let you guys know, this is my second time filming this video. Second time filming this video. I filmed it completely, created a really nice eyeshadow look. I was proud of it. And guess what, guys? I went to edit it and my entire audio was completely just shot. It was not good. It was not beautiful. So here I am filming it again. I'm actually doing a completely different eye look because I want to play with one of the other colors in the palette. Let me show you what I'm talking about first. That might help. We are playing with Makeup Revolution X Alexis Stone. Guys, if y'all have not seen this palette yet, it's a decent price point. It's drugstore product, but just look at how beautiful this is. So the first look that I created was using the pinks and I added a little bit of the purples. I was impressed. The pigment with it and the pinks, I was very impressed. The dark purple was a little hard for me to blend out, but I probably could have spent a little bit more time on it. But today, I actually think I'm going to go in with the blues. I was really torn between the blues, the greens, or doing a yellow look. I'm still torn, but I do think that I'm going to use the blues because that was my original plan when I came in here and sat down to film. I was like, no, I'm going to use the blues. So stick to the plan, Ash. But those yellows are really calling my name. My base face is already done. We're just playing with eyeshadow here because I just want to talk to you guys. I've decided I'm going to do the blue. The first color I'm going in with is just the top blue, so the lightest blue. There's a good little bit of pigment on that. There is some kickback, fallout, I guess you'd say. Talking 2020. I'm excited for this year and everything that I feel is going to come from this year. I talked about this. For those of you that do not know, me and my best friend Jessica have a podcast together that's called Friend Circle Podcast. You can find it on Apple iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify. Subscribe, listen to us. You won't regret it. But I kind of talked about this on the podcast episode. One thing that I keep saying is, when you just feel like something really good is on the horizon. That's how I feel about 2020. I just have major positive vibes, motivation. I just feel a lot of growth to happen in 2020. There was a lot of growth that happened in 2019 as well. I'm just excited to grow on that in 2020. Just going in and making sure that it's pretty well blended out. Because, like I said, that was one thing I noticed when I played with it before. The purple needed a little bit extra blend to her. One thing I plan on doing in 2020 is not letting my overthinking, my worrying keep me from putting out content and keep me from doing certain things in life. I'm going to go in with that second shade, that second blue now. One thing that I realized in 2019 is that just holds me back. You know, my overthinking and my worrying just really holds me back from, one, putting content out on YouTube. I'm just so worried, like, oh my gosh, it's not perfect. It's not as comparable as to these big YouTubers out here. But the realization is I have to start somewhere. So here I am. I'm starting somewhere. I'm doing it. I'm going to stop making excuses for myself and being honest with myself. Being honest with yourself is the only way that you can have growth. I was about to say honestly. But truthfully, that's the only way you can have growth, is if you're honest with yourself. And in this next year, I'm going to be completely and utterly honest with myself on situations that I'm in. If I'm the issue, also not limiting myself. This might go with the first one that I just said, but really not limiting my growth. I also, in 2020, am going to communicate more in all aspects of my life, in my career, in my relationship, in my friendships, in my family. Being able to communicate, how I'm feeling, not being ashamed of how I'm feeling, that comes with self-growth. The last half of the year, I started really practicing that. And I just want to keep that same momentum, if you will, into 2020. I want all of my friendships that I have to grow. One thing that I always put on my goal board is traveling. I feel like everyone adds it, right? Because every year you want to travel, which is totally awesome. Absolutely. I still want to do it. But I dipped the wrong brush. Oh well. I almost wish I had a little bit darker of a navy to really darken that outer corner. I wonder if I could, pack it on there. Let's try. There's a lot of places I want to get to as far as like financial things that I want to do. So traveling is still going to go on my goal board, but it's more of traveling towards the tail end of the year. Taking a trip in August, which really works out for me because kind of feel like I might have a little bit of seasonal depression. And around that time frame is when it really kicks in. I just get down in the dumps. So I actually feel like traveling during that time frame is going to help kind of kick that in the butt. Just so you know, when I packed on the color, it helped to get that pigment and that darker to show up like I wanted. And I'm actually just going to go in with the lighter blue and kind of like blend it out again. But yeah, so travel's still on my goal board, but it's not my main priority this year. This year, I want to, take a little bit deeper endeavors into business. I want to grow my career that I have. And yeah, I think I'm going to do like a little bit of a half cut crease. See what we can do here. I'm just excited to get a fresh start to another year and excited to have major growth through the year. I feel like that's one thing that I always hope for in every year, is to just have some personal growth. And this year that's going to happen. It happens every year, but it's kind of hard to explain. And I feel like I sound like a dingbat right now, but hey, it happens, right? So I'm actually just using like a bone skin color, whatever you want to call it, color from just a little palette to kind of set that concealer. Not such a good choice, Ash. One thing I also want to do, not want to, am going to, speaking it into existence here. And I feel like I might have kind of touched on it, but stop making excuses for why I'm not putting out content on YouTube. It is my own fault. I get in my head, I start comparing myself to YouTubers, and I'm just like, no, you know, people don't want to see what I have to do. Who cares? It makes me happy. It makes me happy. It's something that I enjoy. Everyone's content is unique and original. So we're going to stop making excuses in 2020 on why we're not uploading. And guess what? Your girl is setting an upload schedule. I'm so excited for that. I feel like I look crazy with just one eye done right now, but so excited. So excited to have an upload schedule. So every Sunday at 7 p.m., subscribe, because there will be a new video out by moi. I'm excited. I kind of really want to pack that baby blue on right here. And I think it's going to happen. It's not like a baby blue, first blue that I put on, but oh, not sure what that was. In 2020, we're not limiting our possibilities by being afraid to step out of the comfort zone and put ish out there. And Coco's barking. I also have set a personal goal to read 10 books this year. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, I don't want to set myself up for failure, but 10 books is one book like every month or so. So I felt like that was an attainable goal, and also reading 10 books within a year is pretty freaking good for anyone. That doesn't include just my books that I like to read for fun. Those are actually going to be like self-help or real estate or some kind of development for me. I'll still probably read, you know, my romance novels that I just love so much. I started reading one last year, 2019, on the mindset, which I actually really enjoyed. And I did not get to finish it, so I'm going to finish it soon. It's going to be the first book that I finish in 2020. It could have been a little bit better, but that might just be my makeup techniques. So, going to do my lower lash line. There is some fallout. My freaking brush. I'm just excited to really push myself, not limit myself to what I can achieve this next year. And that's something I'm super excited for, because I feel like I do limit myself. You know, I go hard in the first few months, which is very common with everyone. It just kind of fizzles out. You know, I get burnt out maybe. So my camera cut off. Obviously, this video is a challenge for me to film in general. Here we go. I popped a little bit of the Nikki Tutorials and Ofra palette. I believe that's Space Baby, this one right here. And I just put that on the inner corner because it has some, in my opinion, some bluish reflex to it. I'm going to jump off camera, do the other eye, add lashes, and then come back and finish talking to you guys about 2020. We're back. I finished up the other eye. I added lashes. I did add this, it's like a teal-ish color from ColourPop. What is it? It's one of their liners. Zulu. I did add that into my waterline to just give my eyes the appearance to be a little bit bigger, since, you know, your girl has small eyes. First, I'm going to say what I thought about the palette. Now that I've played with it twice and different color combos, I like it. I think it is a very good palette for a drugstore brand. As far as pigment blending is pretty decent. I will say the darker colors, you do got to blend. Don't be scared to blend, because you'll regret it if you don't. But overall, I like it. I like it as a colorful palette. It does have all mattes in it. There is no shimmers. I'm not a big colorful person. This is the most colorful palette I've ever gotten, but I don't regret it. I think it was a solid purchase. I'm excited to play with it again. I'm excited to play with the yellow and the green and those bright, like, reddish colors. I'm excited for those. So I think the look turned out pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very bold. I'm not used to such very, very bold. I'm not used to such, but I'm not mad at it. I like it a lot. I could have went with a different lip color, not gonna lie, but your girl has become so accustomed to nudes lately that stepping out of my zone, and that is just not something I can do just yet. 2020, we're going to step out of the zone, and we're going to be more colorful. That's why the first video of 2020 is now a blue eye. It was originally pink eye, but hey, pink eye. Pink eyeshadow, not pink eye. Clarify there. Just to kind of wrap up, you know, the goals and talking about where I want to get to in 2020, there's just, I've said this 10 times in this video alone, there's so much potential and there's so much growth to come in this new year. And I don't feel like that's just for me. I feel like everyone around me is prepared for some growth, and it's exciting. With this being the first video of 2020, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you hit that subscribe button down below. And I'm going to say this because everyone says it. Turn on your post notifications to be notified every time that I upload. I don't think it really does anything. I'm not sure. But I'd appreciate it if you hit it. It would mean the world to me. And if you liked this video, if you liked the makeup look that I created with it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Every Sunday, 7 p.m., new video from me. Hot new shit. Hot new shit from me. Anyways. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's at Ash with 2 H's dot Nicole with 2 E's. ASHH dot NICOLEE. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I promise that in this next year, I'm going to be posting more. We're going to do some fashion videos, some lookbooks. You know, I'm just so excited for everything that's to come in 2020, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope y'all are setting goals for yourself and getting started on the right foot for the new year. Here's to a fantastic 2020, a year of growth, a new decade. Oh, we're in a whole new decade. But yeah, I did blue eyeshadow. Like, I was still in, the 90s? No, I actually did blue in high school. So that was last decade. I'm not sure what that was. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. And like I said before, be sure to subscribe down below. Bye, guys.